Good evening and welcome to tonight's Connersville Spartans basketball action as the Spartans take on conference foe, the Batesville Bulldogs. Along with Clint Brown, I'm Ronnie Wiley, and this is the Spartan Pregame Show brought to you by our good friends at Union Savings and Loan Association, Connersville's hometown bank since 1892. Before the game, I caught up with Spartan coach Kerry Brown.
Coach, another Friday night off after that great victory last week against Noblesville. Tough opponent tonight against Batesville.
Yeah, playing on the road, conference game. 2 years ago we came down here and they got us. So I don't expect anything less than a tough, hard-fought game down here tonight as well.
After that great victory last week against Noblesville, I mean, that may have been the best half that I've seen the Spartans play. How's practice been since last game?
Practice has been good. We played really well in the second half. I really didn't think we played that bad in the first half offensively. We just got in some foul trouble. And when Toby and Josh both went to the bench is when they stretched it out. But we did some good things in the first half as well. But obviously in the second half we took 4 charges. We made quite a few shots, beginning with Caleb Sparks having 5 threes on the night and scoring 18. So usually when you're making shots, everything looks a lot better.
Oh, absolutely. Batesville, not as strong as they have been in the past, but still a very dangerous team.
They are. They've had injuries this year. So right earlier in the year, the Werner kid, their point guard's out. One of the other guards is still out. And then Werner's back, but the Raver kid, who's their leading scorer and leading rebounder, is hurt right now. So they'll be a different team. Actually, we wish he was playing tonight because they'll be a different team when the sectional rolls around, because I'm assuming he'll get back.
Sectionals, of course, we still got the month of February to go into, so we're focused on this game against Batesville. Any injuries, anything to report this past week?
We've just got little nicks and bumps, and then obviously we've had some kids out with COVID, but you can't guard against probably either one of them, really. But right now we're probably about as healthy as we've been. We've got some minor, tweaks, but we're pretty good health right now.
Who do you got lined up tonight?
Toby and Josh will go at the guards, Toby Billups and Josh Williams, and then Gage Brown will start in the middle, and Lucas Barron and Caleb Sparks at the forward spot.
Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Spartan coach Kerry Brown.
All right, Ron, tonight, starting for the Batesville Bulldogs, we're going to have 2 guards coming out to start. Number 11, Cole Warner, he's a 5'11 senior. Number 12, Cody Moore, he's a 6'3 senior. Starting at the 2 forward spots is going to be first number 20, Eli Pearson. He's a 6-foot senior. Number 23, Kevin Hughes, who's also a 6-foot senior. And their big man in the middle is going to be number 25, Cade Kaiser. He's a 6'3 freshman. And like Kerry said, starting for our Connersville Spartans tonight, up the 1 guard spot, Toby Billups, wearing number 12. He's a 5'11 senior. The other guard spot's going to be number 24, Josh Williams, a 6'3 junior. 2 forwards for us tonight, number 30, Caleb Sparks, 6'4 senior, and number 34, Lucas Barron, who's a 6'4 junior. And our big guy down low is going to be number 44, Gage Brown, 6'6 senior.
Lucas, before the game, told me he was going to get a few dunks tonight. He hadn't had it in a while. He's ready to light it up tonight. I tell you what, seeing these kids, talking to them before the game, they seem very relaxed. Having that day off last night obviously helped, but that big victory at Noblesville, that was incredible.
I think it was, and their mindset's a little bit different than the last time you and I were together in Newcastle. They were coming off a couple tough losses there. Christmas break didn't treat them so well. But like you said, the big win they got last weekend, you can tell their spirits are high, and they came ready to play some basketball tonight.
Yeah, what was impressive about that victory last week against Noblesville was the fact that they were down 12, and I said to myself, my goodness, this is going to get carried away. But a little minor adjustment in the paint defensively is what really turned that ball game around, and the offense clicked on all cylinders. We saw cylinders that we hadn't seen all season long last week.
It was, and I thought really stood out in the second half, and a breakout player in the second half. And I think I texted you during the broadcast, Caleb Sparks.
Yes,
he played some phenomenal ball in the second half, making tough shots. Not only on the offensive side, but on the defensive side. He was forcing a lot of turnovers, and I think he was a big part of that comeback in the second half.
The defense for the Connersville Spartans, obviously, it's something that Kerry Brown prides himself on. The team does very well. Giving up 41 points a game this year, 41.7 is a little higher than what they're used to. They're usually in the mid to upper 30s defensively. But I tell you what, when the going gets tough, the defense usually gets going, and they did last week.
They certainly did. And, when you talk to people from other basketball programs around the state, and certainly in the EIAC, Coach Brown's defense is just a story of legends. I mean, everybody talks about it. Everybody fears playing it. And he really has this ball club ready to come out and play hard-nosed defensive basketball every night. And I hope tonight's no exception to that.
Last night, Franklin County beat Batesville. That's an EIAC clash. We'll see Franklin County later on. That's an improved Franklin County team.
They really are. You know, I was looking at their schedule tonight. They lost the first two to Lawrenceburg and who did we say?
South Decatur.
South
Dearborn. I'm sorry.
South Dearborn, yes. 2 conference games they lost to start the season. They've went undefeated since. They're 10-2 overall, and I think they're 4-2 in conference play. So we can't count them out just yet.
Not at all. Spartans are on top of the EIAC along with Lawrenceburg 3-0, both teams. But as you mentioned, Greensburg on the heels as well. And that hot Franklin County team, there's a long way to go before this season ends. And, of course, Kerry Brown always wants that conference championship. That's the first goal of the Spartans. And this is a stacked EIAC this year. And this is all, I mean, obviously other than East Central, it's a sectional of football. All of them sectional.
It really is. We can bank on seeing these teams again come sectional. You know, the great news is we've got it on our floor, that, like we've talked about many times. You still have to show up to play basketball, and Franklin County's coming to us later this season.
Yeah.
And that's a game that it doesn't matter if Franklin County's struggling. It seems like we always have a good basketball game, a good hard-fought basketball game with Franklin County because of the rivalry alone and of itself. You know, we have good competition with them.
Last time Franklin County was on our floor, they surprised the Spartans. They played more inspirational basketball than the Spartans 2 years ago. They want history to repeat themselves once again on our floor.
They really do, and I'm sure that our boys haven't forgot that night either. And it's something that both teams, you know, that date on the calendar circled. They know that day's coming each year.
Franklin County, or Batesville, as talked with Kara in the interview, it seemed like a little bit down, but they've been battling injuries. They've been battling with COVID. This is a team you definitely don't want to look past. We're talking about Franklin County. We got to remember we're playing Batesville Bulldogs tonight.
Yep, and I was just looking through the stats. I think the guy that we need to watch tonight and make sure we pay special attention to, their leading scorer is going to be the one guard, Cole Warner. He's averaging 9 points a game. And the other scorers, you know, are right around there, 6-7 points a game. But he's the guy that seems like we need to keep an extra eye on tonight on defense.
And you know good and well that Kerry Brown has definitely scouted this team very, very well. And you know, the boys are going to be prepared that night off. The 3 Fridays in a row hopefully will benefit the Spartans tonight.
Yeah, I hope it does, and I hope it benefits us here in the second half of the season. You know, we've got a tough schedule here in the second half, and these extra nights aren't going to be there every week. So
that's right.
We need to make sure we capitalize on the nights we get to rest, and I think Kerry, you know, he has a very disciplined program, and I think that he's probably telling these guys, hey, take every advantage you can to stay healthy and to stay rested because we're going to need everything we got coming down the stretch of the season.
Absolutely. Again, tonight's ball game here in Batesville as the Batesville Bulldogs entertain and host the Connersville Spartans 11-4, Batesville Bulldogs 4-9. We'll be back as we wrap up the postgame show or pregame show brought to you by our good friends at Union Savings Loan, Connersville's hometown bank. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Union Savings and Loan is an old-school community bank founded in Connersville in 1892 and still locally owned and operated today. Union Savings and Loan offers hometown service with great rates on CDs and deposit accounts and local loan approvals when you need financing. They also have a trust department. And with 2 locations in town, downtown at 730 Central Avenue and uptown at 500 West 30th Street, Union Savings and Loan is truly Connersville's hometown bank. Union Savings and Loan, people you know, neighbors you trust.
Here at Batesville, the Bulldogs and the Spartans getting ready for the national anthem. You would almost think that we're at Spartan Bowl. There's more people here from the Spartans than from Batesville. No question about that.
There's not. I'd say if we sectioned it out to, 10 sections, I'd say at least 6 of the 10 sections are showing a lot more red than they are blue, which is a great sign for us.
Absolutely, as we get ready to honor America with the national anthem. Our national anthem by the Batesville High School Pep Band. I'm sure Justin Roberts enjoyed seeing the bass player up there.
I've seen that over there carrying the bass line down there.
Yeah.
Getting a nod from him, so I think he enjoyed it.
Yeah, he's up there doing some tapping right now. Again, talking about the faithful in the crowd to the right of the screen, we're taking up about probably 85% of the middle and all over there to the right of the screen behind the Spartan bench and everything in the middle section. I think there's one Batesville Bulldog over there fan that's with some of the faithful, but it's amazing how we travel so well. We talk about it all the time. Talk all about it all the time, the way that this team travels, and they travel.
You know, this is exciting. This is something that everybody in Connorsville gets behind. Basketball is a love treasure in Connorsville, and I love that our fans are faithful enough to make these trips to cheer these boys on.
Yes, very much so. Connorsville Spartans at one time was ranked #1. That's in the distant past. Got to focus on the team ahead of us. That's the Batesville Bulldogs. And they do have some height on their bench. They got a 6'7" freshman, I believe. No, 6'7" junior, I should say, on the bench, as well as a 6'4" senior. So they do have some height on their bench that may give us a little bit of trouble.
They really do, and you know that 6'7", we don't have anybody that's standing that tall. But we've got big guys that play very well. They play very hard defense down there, and they're not going to get pushed around by anybody.
No, Gage is 6'6", and he may have grown an inch by this year. But as the Batesville fans come alive for their starters, one thing that we've been impressed with the Connorsville Spartans all season long is even in games where they lost, they want to play 32 minutes. Now, whether or not it's a good solid 32 minutes, they hustle hard during those 32 minutes, and they expect that again tonight against Batesville.
Yeah, there's no quit, and even if it's a 20-point deficit, there's no quit, and I think that speaks a lot to the boys and to the coaches who push them to be competitive for 32 minutes, regardless of what the score looks like. And like you said, tonight will be no exception. We'll see 32 minutes of Spartan basketball.
At the halftime of the JV game, I think there's probably about fourth graders.
I'd say
fourth graders.
Yeah, fourth, fifth grade.
Yeah, was out there playing, and boy, our players were just rooting on both teams.
That might be the most exciting action we see tonight. We're not sure, but it was electric in here. You could feel it.
It sure was. Those little kids out there playing, and the crowd was electric. Every time somebody would score, they would love it.
Looks like we got a 3-man crew tonight.
Yep. Gage Brown getting the jump for the Spartans. That's Eli Pearson for Batesville. Batesville comes down with the basketball. Batesville led by Cole Warner. He's off to Pearson. Number 18, is that 12 has the basketball. Warner with the shot from 3, a little short. Looks like Toby Billups is going to come down with the rebound and dishes it up to Lucas Barron, and he is rejected. And coming down with the basketball is Cade Kaiser for Batesville. Batesville has stopped there from Spartans. They readjust and regroup. Number 23 has the basketball, Cajun Hughes. He dishes it off over to Kaiser. Kaiser over to Cody Moore. That's Cole Warner with the basketball over to Kaiser. Kaiser with the basketball driving against Barron. He steps out of bounds. Nice defense from Lucas Barron to force the. No, actually,
they're going to pick him up on a foul there.
No, I thought he stepped out of bounds. But they're going to call Lucas on overguarding on that. Batesville basketball, 7:08 to go here in this first quarter. Ball dished in to Cade Kaiser. Jumped. He's playing far out. He drives inside. He's going in, and that's going to get a call on Gage Brown.
That's 2 quick fouls on the Spartans. We don't want to see us get into trouble early.
Kaiser, 6'3" freshman, going to the line right now to try to put the Bulldogs on the board.
A lot of passing by Batesville. I'm kind of surprised that they've been very patient and a lot of passing here in that early going.
I think that's what you got to do against this Kerry Brown defense is be very, very patient as Kaiser nails his first one. Yeah, patience is the key. Patience is the virtue. Kaiser, another shot on the way, and it goes in. 2-0 lead for Batesville as Toby Billups, the general, brings the ball down. Connorsville on the attack. Sparks with the basketball over to Josh Williams. Josh Williams over to Lucas Barron. We got to see Lucas Barron get hot tonight. Talked to Toby before the game. I said, Toby, you can score 20 at any time. He said he may do it tonight. Josh Williams for 3, and he sinks it.
There we go. And we're seeing the zone here in the varsity game, just like we were seeing in JV. They're playing a 2-3 zone on us.
Yeah, I look for a lot of picks at top to collapse that zone from the Spartans offense. And that's a 3-point shot. Can't see who's shooting at. That was Cody Miller as the Spartans come away with it. Josh thought about taking another 3 inside to Lucas, who didn't get the call. He's looking for a call. Nice defense from Batesville. Moore with the basketball. Over to Hughes. Hughes over to Pearson.
You know, I think that's twice now Lucas has went up, and he hasn't been as physical as he probably should be. And I don't think we'll see that again. I think he realized on shot number 2, I'm going to go hard to the rack with the remaining shots I take.
Absolutely on that. You know he's going to learn from that and be aggressive. Thought Caleb might have taken a 3. He was wide open there. The defense collapsed on it, or closed up on him really quickly. Josh Williams with the basketball. Over to his right side to Lucas Barron. Barron over to Toby Billups. General looking over the defense again. We talked about that zone. That's given us trouble when teams have given us a zone. And here we go, Josh going inside over to Toby Billups. He drives inside. He dishes out to Josh Williams. Lucas Barron, he fakes a 3. And again, the Spartans not going aggressively to the hoop. Good defense by Josh Williams for another 3. That's off. And Caleb Sparks comes down with the rebound, and he steps out of bounds.
On the baseline.
Yeah.
Tough break there. Tough break.
Yeah, that zone defense working very well for Batesville, but they're down 1, 3-2. 5:06 to go here in the first quarter. Warner with the basketball.
You know, the fortunate thing is if they stick with this 2-3 zone, we've got some shooters that if we can, they can start shooting lights out. And that's going to force Batesville maybe to talk about going back to man-to-man or switching out of that 2-3 zone. We just hope we can catch that fire.
Yeah, get those draws. Yeah, that's a nice drive, nice defense from Caleb. And Lucas is going to go all the way again. He's going to go hard. And he thought he was going to get a foul, but that ball goes out of bounds. Braxton Myers is going to come in for Barron. Josh Williams going to be triggering in for the Connorsville Spartans. Spartans still lead 3-2. Very low-scoring game.
2 big no calls there, Ron.
Yeah. You could say maybe 3 on him.
Yeah, a lot of contact right there in that transition, just one end of the floor to the other.
Yeah, one thing to do is definitely not get frustrated as Braxton Myers has the basketball. And it looks like he's going to drive all the way. He's going to go. No, he's not. A good defense there from Batesville. Back over to Myers. Myers with the basketball. Gage trying to get inside. Josh Williams, I thought he was going to take it. He walks. Takes that extra step with that right foot. Again, Connorsville still leading 3-2. As good as Batesville defense has been so far, Connorsville defense has been even better.
Yeah, I don't know that I would have believed you if you had said we're 4 minutes into the game with a 3-2 score.
No, I wouldn't have either. Not at all. Not at all. But, again, we play slow sometimes and try to warm ourselves up into the ball game. Batesville, that looked like that was a push-off, but no call. Number 12 with the basketball. He dishes it off to number 23, Kazin Hughes. Back over to Moore. Moore to Pearson. Pearson back over to Kaiser. They're going around on Gage. Gage is on one of their big guys, and I thought it was a steal almost there from Braxton Myers. Connorsville's playing a little bit of a man. Toby with the steal right there. Toby Billups dishes it to Braxton Myers. That's stolen away from Batesville, and that's going to be a blocking foul. The faithful not liking that at all. Josh Williams going to get his second foul of the night. I think it's second.
I've got one on
that's
Josh.
One on him?
Yep.
That's the Spartans' third foul. Going to the line for Batesville is Cody Moore. Cody Moore looking to put the Batesville Bulldogs ahead. with his 2 shots here. Faithful didn't like that call at all. Thought there should have been a charge.
Sure looked like he had good position on him.
Yeah. And that's rims in and out for Moore. Here comes Carter Bodwell in for Toby Billups. Carter Bodwell instrumental in that comeback against Noblesville last week with his defense.
Absolutely, and he's a guy that if they're playing zone, that guy can shoot from anywhere in the gym.
Oh, he can. Tie ball game as Moore hits his second free throw. 3-3. Luke Sollenbarger's in. Josh Williams with the basketball. Braxton Myers to his right side over to Carter Bodwell. Braxton Myers, Josh Williams. Josh looks like he's going to drive all the way. Nobody stopped by their big guys. Gage Brown. Gage Brown to Carter Bodwell. You talked about him at 3. That's off a little bit. And that's going in for number 21 for Batesville. That's Cole Pride. And he puts Batesville up 5-3. 2:45 to go. Luke Sollenbarger over to his left side to Josh Williams. Josh Williams over to Carter Bodwell. Again, that zone defense, as you talked about, Clint, is really causing the Spartans trouble.
And, Ron, look at the length. I mean, you've got guys that are 6'4", 6'5", and 6'7" down there. That's a lot of wingspan to try to penetrate onto.
Yeah, that's right. Again, we got to maybe, they'll figure out a way to get inside, but I'd see some screens coming up that would probably free some lane space.
And there may not be a better program and coach at patient basketball.
Oh, yeah.
You've heard a lot of people talk about how patient Coach Brown's offense can be. Every defense will make a mistake.
Yeah.
If you're patient enough, you just wait it out. They'll make a mistake, and we'll exploit it.
Yeah, and if you're going to take this much time, you definitely want to put some points on the board. If you're the Connersville Spartans, you definitely want to score right here, taking all this time. Gage Brown inside with an easy 2. You talked about the patience right there, Clint.
Yep.
Tie ball game here, 5-5, 1:40 to go right now. As Warner brings up the basketball, he dishes it over to
Great defense.
Pearson. Good defense, swallowing defense right there. Number 11 goes up against Gage, and he gets it. That was Warner. He's only 5'11", going up against a 6'6" guy. Very, very good back and forth ball game right now as the Bulldogs now go ahead 7-5. Carter Bodwell on his right side to Braxton Myers. Over to Luke Sollenbarger. Sollenbarger looks like he's going to drive all the way, and he does, and he gets it off the rim. He gets his own rebound, and he fought his way for that one. Gage Brown inside again. And we're now tied.
2 great assists by Josh Williams, keeping his head up and looking underneath.
Yeah, and he found and Gage was at the right place at the right time. Again, you talked about patience. They are a virtue, but the Connersville need to stop right here. And Braxton Myers comes away with it. Luke Sollenbarger has it now. He dishes it to Carter Bodwell to Josh Williams, who thought about taking a 3. He goes inside. That's going to be off Batesville. It's Connersville ball. Toby Billups comes back in. James Williams comes in, and Caleb Sparks returns to the ball game. Gage Brown, Luke Sollenbarger, and Josh Williams goes out to a nice hand from the faithful. Toby Billups going to trigger it in for the Connersville Spartans. Over to Braxton Myers, who, wow, that was I like that opportunity right there.
Sure.
I like that. They tried that. It would have been great if it would have went in, but the Bulldogs now have it. They're going to take this last shot here in this first quarter. And the Bulldogs look like, they're way out, 10 seconds to go. That's where they want to be. Carter all over the defender. And he gets past Carter Bodwell. He tries to dish it inside to number 20, who gets it with 2 seconds to go. Toby Billups with a 35,000. Oh, I thought from our angle it was going to go in.
Man, I'll tell you what, our angle always gets us on the edge of the seat, doesn't it?
That's right. What a very entertaining first quarter. Batesville has a 9-7 lead. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Reed Health Sports Medicine provides an athletic trainer to the Connersville Spartans through the support of Reed Foundation. Athletic trainers normally are present at most practices and sporting events. They can respond to an injury within seconds, determine the immediate needs of the athlete, and either begin treatment or initiate emergency management within the first few minutes. If your athlete suffers a sports injury, Reed Health's Athletic Training Clinic can provide injury treatment sessions using multiple modalities, rehab protocols, and treatment techniques to ensure your athlete doesn't miss a day without progressing forward. Learn more at reedhealth.com. You will find the answer to your every flooring need at Foles Flooring at 301 Beach Street in Connersville. Yes, Foles Flooring has a large selection of carpet and tile, also vinyl and laminates, luxury vinyl tiles, and hardwoods. You will receive a free estimate on your choice of flooring plus expert installation. Their friendly staff will help you through the entire process. Foles Flooring also provides bathroom upgrades, remodeling, and custom shower systems at 301 Beach Street, Connersville. 765-692-0800 is the phone number.
Back here in Batesville at the Batesville High School, they're honoring those who had cancer as it's Coaches for Cancer's Month. We'll be having that when Franklin County comes to town, that rivalry between both schools.
You can tell it's a very sovereign moment around
Yes,
the gym.
very much. I'm not sure if this is survivors or those who passed on. Or those who may have contributed.
Sure. I wasn't clear when he first started talking about who and why they were being recognized.
Right.
But you can tell the hometown here, they're paying very respectful attention to it.
Yes.
Thank you, people, for your great attention and your moment of silence. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you.
Coaches for Cancer, Coaches versus Cancer. You know, a lot of us, probably most of us, have had cancer affect us. My mom passed away from cancer.
Unfortunately, it's as common as anything these days,
Yeah.
and that's sad to say. But like you said, you'd be hard pressed to find somebody who hasn't been personally affected by cancer.
Absolutely. Entertaining first quarter. The Batesville Bulldogs have a 9-7 lead over the Connersville Spartans. What stood out to me was some of the non-calls inside when we were able to get inside, especially with Lucas Barron. Looked like there was 3.
Yeah, you know me with the inner official. It's hard to watch
Right.
it
Yeah.
and it's hard to criticize it too. But man, you see some hard and like you said, 2 or 3 probably calls that I would have. I think if they watched, they'd probably go, I wish I had that one back. But,
Yeah.
But hopefully we can clean it up here in the second quarter. And I'm betting that there was a good adjustment made here in the break
Yeah.
by Carey to figure out a way to penetrate and be effective on this zone.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember the team earlier in the season that threw a zone at us that kind of, confused us a little bit until we made those adjustments. And I'm quite positive we'll make some now here in this second quarter. But not a bad first quarter for the Connersville Spartans. Only 7 points, but still not a bad first quarter against this Batesville team. Caleb Sparks way outside from 3. He comes up a little bit short, and that's going to be off Batesville, number 40. That's I don't have number 40. I would say Sam
Zach
Johnson.
Wade.
Zach Wade, number 40. Yeah, Zach Wade. I didn't have him on.
Or no, you're right, Sam Johnson.
No, Sam Johnson. That's a JV number. I'm not sure if he has the same number on, but nonetheless. Number 40 went out on him, gives new life to the Connersville Spartans as right now we got Barron in the middle. Josh Williams with the basketball. He's going to his right side. Caleb Sparks finds Barron inside. Barron dishes it out. Oh, now Tabley thought that Barron was going to stay right there. Turnover for the Spartans. The Bulldogs on the attack. Warner with the basketball goes inside to Cole Pride. He's their 6'7" junior. Takes up a lot of space. James Williams on Pride. That's number 40 with the ball. Warner back to 40, which I'm assuming, again, it's Sam Johnson. 23 with the ball. That's Cajun Hughes. Back over to Johnson. Pride with the ball. He's way up there. You want your big guy inside, but we'll take him out there. If we can force a long shot, get the rebound.
We've seen Gage, stumble his way out there and hang out around the three-point line. I've seen him taking some in warm-ups tonight.
Yeah. I'd like to see him maybe hit a few tonight. I wouldn't be happy or sad about that. Inside pass, nice defense there from Josh Williams and Toby Billups. They come away with it. Spartans on the attack, looking to tie this ball game up. 9-7. I mean, we've played over a minute and a half, and neither team has scored. Normally if you play the Spartans, it's the first team to 40 generally wins. We might be whoever gets the first team to 20 tonight.
You are not kidding. And, I find it interesting when James Williams comes in the ball game, that guy works the entire time.
Caleb Sparks with a three, and the Spartans now up 10-9. But you're absolutely right about James Williams. He knows where to be at all times.
And he is constantly bouncing his body off their big guys, and it makes me sore to watch. I can't imagine how he feels after a ball game.
Warner with the three, a little bit too hard. Barron comes down with the rebound. Over to James Williams, who goes up, and James gets an easy two. And the Spartans now up 3 on 2 big baskets by James Williams. Caleb Sparks and James Williams.
That's back-to-back buckets.
Yeah, James has something going on with it. Looks like his eye or his nose, not sure. Somebody may have to call a timeout. Yeah, they're calling timeout for him. I'm not sure if that's blood coming down. Carey's taking a look at him. Yeah, Brown is coming in. Yeah, I don't know what happened, if he got, poked in the – looks like I can't tell if his nose is bleeding, but –
I think it's bleeding a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I've seen Carey say get him something for blood.
Yeah.
But that comes with it. We were just talking about his hard work and bouncing bodies off each other down there.
Yeah. And sometimes you take a shot to the face, and, now he's leaning his head back, which is not what you're supposed to do with the Pride inside. He dishes it off Caleb Sparks' foot. Yeah, he must be bleeding. They're telling him to lean his head back, which is not what you're supposed to do when you have a nosebleed. You're supposed to go forward.
Yeah. But what do we know? We just talk on TV, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, that's what I remember from CPR when I've been certified. Number 12 with the shot. That's Moore. And Josh Williams comes down with the rebound. Looks like I thought he was going to drive all the way. Caleb thought about it. James with the basketball. He's in the right side trap, bringing it out to the Spartans, resetting the offense. Over to the general. Gage inside. Gage is going to go all the way on that. And what a beautiful play by Lucas. Barron came out of nowhere to get that easy tip right. Well, I would say it's easy. It looked easy, but it wasn't easy. That was a beautiful play from Lucas Barron.
Sure, and after we talked, he had a couple early misses there. That was a good way for him to get on that scoreboard.
What a beautiful play. Go to Barron. Oh, that's stolen. Yeah, again, the Spartans right there picking up the defense a little bit, but went a little bit too aggressive right there. Sam Johnson with the basketball. Gage came up on him. Pride almost had a little bit of an open spot. Thought there was an elbow, and they're going to call Toby on that. Toby's not happy at all. He thought where was the call when he got elbowed.
I think Batesville wants to be very careful because Connorsville's not a team you want to try to run up and down the floor with.
No, not at all.
They are very talented in the open floor game, and I think that's a big reason we're seeing that zone. They want to try to make them sit down in an offense and be very careful in their shot selection.
Cole Warner shooting 2. He hits it off the front of the rim. Batesville's missed some free throws here tonight, Clint.
And we talk about it, free throw shooting, down the stretch of a game. Every free throw you miss in the first quarter is going to come back at some point. Yep,
and that's another missed free throw, and Josh Williams comes down with the basketball. Williams brings it over the timeline. He's going over the right side, over to Barron. Barron over to Williams. Toby Billups fakes that. He's going all the way, and he's got the foul and the one. That was a beautiful play there from Toby Billups. Saw a little bit of the lane, did that little bit of a pass fake, and opened up the lane even more, went inside and got the kiss off the glass. He's going for 3.
Absolutely. You know, we talked about that in the JV game. That was what they were lacking. Nobody was really able to penetrate real well on their zone and get those shots. So now that the Spartans are do that, it's going to be interesting to see if Batesville comes out and tries to switch out of the zone.
Toby Billups misses that free throw. That looks like it's going to be off Lucas Barron. And there's a timeout as Pearson's tying his shoe. He's going to be bringing it in. Connersville up 16-9 after a very anemic first quarter for the Spartans. Defense has picked it up, and the offense has turned it on as well, as Warner's bringing it up over to Kaiser. Kaiser way out. Over to Moore. Batesville now.
I like this by Carey. If you notice, coming out of that brief timeout, they've got a 7-point lead now, and he's showing some light pressure. You know what I mean? It's that's what we talk about basketball for 32 minutes. They're
going to call Caleb on. Are they calling Caleb on that? Yeah, they're calling Caleb on that. Faithful not happy at all at that call. Caleb Sparks is shocked. You know, you talk about his defense. We're going to see that a lot tonight from him.
It really was. You know, he was instrumental in that hustle play down here on the baseline. And he's another kid. He's going to give you every minute he's out there. He's going to give you everything he's got.
We're going to miss him when he's
absolutely
the senior year. I mean, hate to see it. Gage Brown all over Kaiser. Kaiser over to, no, that's Kaiser. It was Hughes to Kaiser, and Kaiser scores. 16-11. Spartans up 5. Josh Williams in control of the basketball, goes his right side. Lucas Barron back to Williams. Williams over to the General. General finds another lane, and he dishes out to Barron, who can drill a 3. It's a little high off. Down with the rebound comes Batesville's Eli Pearson. And that's a big one from off there. That was a big one there from Moore, and Josh Williams comes down with it. Dishes it off to a beautiful play from Lucas Barron. Beautiful pass there from Josh Williams, and the Spartans up 7 again, 18-11, 2:35 to go here in this first half. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Whitewater Eye Center Connersville provides vision care for every member of your family. This includes treatment for eye diseases and injuries, just one of its many services. Services that include glasses and contacts, frames for every budget, sunglasses, and a large selection of eyewear. Complete vision care for every member of your family. Yours at Eye Center of Connersville. Scheduling an appointment for a complete eye exam is as easy as calling 825-6000. Whitewater Eye Center Connersville, located at 2045 Virginia Avenue. Your vision is our focus.
Beautiful passes, some very beautiful passes from Josh Williams, and the Spartans up 7, 18-11.
You know, not only the assists he's had, but I bet Josh has got 4 or 5 rebounds here in the first half too. He's playing good on both sides of the ball tonight.
Yes, he is, and the lane has opened up a little bit more for the Spartans so far this second quarter, as they are up 7, 18-11. Batesville on the attack. That's Cole Warner with the basketball. Thought he was going to shoot against Gage. Thought better about it. Sam Johnson with the basketball. Caleb all over him. That's Pearson with the basketball over to Kaiser. Pearson, he's met by 2 Spartans. Boy, I tell you what, the Spartans are using a lot of speed on defense right now.
They really are. They really are. It's a great job recovering there. And again, now we're forcing Batesville to be patient.
Yeah, you know, and that's what I've talked about many times, is that our defense is so good we can force a team to eat the clock when they don't want to.
Right.
A big shot there over high. That was Cole Warner. Spartans come down with it. Toby, he looks like he may be going all the way. No, he's going to dish it out to Caleb Sparks, who can hit it from 3. And Caleb, that's going to be on. Looks like Lucas Barron is getting called. He's not liking that at all. Yeah. I tell you, that's what I love about Lucas. Every time he gets a call, he's always wondering why.
Yeah, he and again, the official in me, I can appreciate it if it's done the right way.
Right, yeah, and he does it the right way. You don't see our boys drawing too much.
No, you really don't.
But that's our 6th foul. They only have 1 foul.
And that's 2 on Lucas here in the first half, so I doubt we'll see him again till third quarter.
That's why he stopped, and that's Kaiser right there for 2 points off the glass. 5-point lead for the Spartans, 1:20 to go. The General brings the ball down. Over to Carter Bodwell. Luke Sollenbarger's in the basketball game as well as with Braxton Myers. Josh Williams to the left side. The ball goes to him. Over to the general. He's going inside. He's trying to collapse the defense. Josh Williams open for a three, and Josh rims it off. And this rebound goes to Pride. Sam Johnson with the ball. That's Warner. Warner to Moore. And again, talk about that patience. 5-point lead. You don't want to take this last second shot. You want to try to score and stop the Spartans. As Johnson is...
Carter Bodwell with that defense.
Yeah. We say it every game of how good that kid's defense is.
It's 100 miles an hour.
Yes.
He could be playing somebody a foot taller than him, but he plays like he's 2 foot taller than them.
But he does.
So much confidence on the defensive end.
Well, it looks like Batesville is going to be forced to be taking this last second shot from the defense of the Connersville Spartans. As Kaiser with the basketball, he dishes it inside to Pride, who gets an easy bucket. He goes inside, cuts the lead to 3. Connersville up 18-15 with less than 10 seconds to go here in the half. Toby Billups with the ball, and that's Braxton Myers, and he goes up and he's hit with the foul.
2 big free throws here. Let's hit this and get a 5-point lead going into the half.
Yeah, that's what we need to do. We need to hit those free throws. Braxton Myers with the chance to put the Spartans up more, and he hits the rim on that one. 1 second even to go here in this first half.
Big free throw here.
Braxton Myers with the ball, and that's rims in and out a little too hard. And that is the end of the first half. Connersville Spartans leading the Batesville Bulldogs 18-15. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Connersville Spartan Sports. Contact your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Gina Hartman, Devin Hornsby, and Gary Reebsummer for your investment needs. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC. Urban Winkler Funeral Home in Connersville and Liberty is a family-owned funeral home. Urban Winkler Funeral Home considers it an honor to be selected to care for a family member at the time of a passing. The friendly staff at Urban Winkler Funeral Home pledges to care for all your family needs to the best of their ability. 2 locations to serve you: in Connersville at 513 West 8th Street and in Liberty at 310 North Main Street.
Back here at Batesville, Connersville up 3, 18-15. They were up 18-11 at one point. Batesville went on a 4-0 run to end that first half. Very interesting first quarter.
It was, and we talk about that run going into halftime. I think we got some unfortunate breaks there on the officiating side of it. A couple questionable things there. But the important thing to know is that we were down 2 at the start of the second quarter, and now we feel the presence of those points if you make them. And if you don't, you might find yourself, and it's a good chance you find yourself on the losing end of that score.
Absolutely, and looking at now just from memory in the first quarter, I think Batesville has missed 3 free throws.
I think they have. You're correct.
Right there, that would be a tie ball game. But then again, some of the free throws that we missed, again, the dynamic of the game changes when you hit your free throws because you don't want to foul, don't want to keep people at the line who are able to hit the free throws. And looking at our stats for the free throws, we're not that's one thing that we need to probably improve on is our free throw percentages. Definitely need to up that. We're at 66%. Toby Billups leads the way at 76%, followed by Lucas Barron with 74%. Not too bad, but I think Caleb Sparks at 71%.
Yeah, and Batesville overall is a 65% shooting team from the line.
Yeah, so you definitely feel a little bit better when they're at the line with the 65% free throw percentage. Again, Connersville Spartans up 18-15. Very entertaining first quarter. Still not sure if it was as entertaining as those 3rd, 4th graders
No,
That was very
absolutely not. That was worth the price of admission right there.
That sure was. That was a lot of fun as you see the future Batesville Bulldog cheerleaders out there doing some dancing. Got some scoring?
I do. Let's start with Batesville. Cole Warner, who we talked about coming in, scoreless in the first half. Cody Moore got 1 point. Eli Pearson's got 2. Cole Pride has 2 baskets, both coming down low, getting good position on us. Kevin Hughes has 2, and Cade Kaiser has 4. That rounds out Batesville's scoring for a total of 15 points. For the Spartans, Toby Billups had 2. Josh Williams had 3. Caleb Sparks had 3. Lucas Barron had the 2, one nice tip and a basket underneath, totaling with 4. James Williams had 2 points. Gage Brown ended with 4 points, giving us 18 for our Spartans.
A lot of good passes there from Josh Williams, and Toby Billups getting into the lane, getting some easy dishes to Gage Brown and James Williams there. That's what we like to see.
It really is. And, the first quarter, we didn't penetrate very well in their zone. But I feel like in the second quarter, we've really got through there at will. Toby and Josh have done a very nice job getting in there, getting the kick out. We just need some of these shots to drop for us, and we've got a little bit more push on the lead there.
I was talking to Toby Billups before the ball game, and one thing that we talked about was, at the end of the last season, he kind of turned up his scoring and had 2 or 3 games where he scored 20 points during those ball games, and he could do that again.
He really can. Like a light switch.
Yeah, because he does get inside a lot, and he knows how to draw the fouls. But, when you have your big guys in perfect position,
sure,
might as well dime them, give them the shot. And
that's it. If they're at the table, feed them. That's what they tell. That's what they call it. If they're at the table, feed them.
Absolutely. And Toby Billups is the all-time assist leader here at Connorsville High School, and
very proud of that too.
Oh yeah.
Very
proud. He's a team-first player, and we're going to miss him when he ends his career at CHS on the last game of the season. He is one of those players that can coach from the bench.
Sure.
We've seen that this year. We've seen him get up and coach from the bench, and Kerry loves it. We've seen him coach on the floor. He's the floor general. That's why his nickname's the General. He knows how to really get this team going, get this team motivated. And you talk about feeding them, they love to be fed by him.
Absolutely. And, when you talk about leadership, you've got somebody, there's a difference in somebody that can yell at a team and stand there and look like they're doing it. These guys respect Toby enough. He's built enough respect in this program that when he talks, they listen.
Right.
And there's a lot of action behind that talk.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right. He's a key part of this team this year, and he will be sorely missed come next year.
His brothers, of course, Tyler Billups and TJ Billups, they came through here. They left their mark here at CHS, and he's referred to around the household as Baby Bill, but I mentioned it before, he may be the best Bill, and talked to TJ about that one time, and he had no doubt about it. He said, absolutely. Baby brother is the best basketball player, and he's very proud of it. His older brothers are very proud of what he's done here at CHS, and to get the assist record, because Tyler was known for assists as well.
Sure.
TJ was the hard-nosed basketball player, the guy who would have a busted nose almost every game because he'd get inside. And
he might hand one out every
now and then,
too.
He might hand one out every so often, absolutely. Those 2 boys have moved on to Texas. They live down there. And
working on the next generation.
A
lot of Billups boys being born down there.
They absolutely are.
Hopefully they bring that talent back to Indiana and not.
We'd love to be able to see them.
Absolutely.
I know Grandma and Grandpa definitely like to see the future Billups play basketball, preferably here at Connorsville High School. As again, the Spartans are up 18-15 here tonight. Again, very entertaining first quarter. First quarter that we've seen almost all season long, kind of back and forth before the Connorsville Spartans kind of took control.
Sure. And if you would have looked at this game on paper and seen the records, you wouldn't have thought that this would have been a close game at any point.
Right.
But, Batesville did a good job making us be patient, slowing us down. And like I said, we made some adjustments there in the second quarter. And I think right now Batesville's probably thinking, do we stick with the zone?
Right.
Do we try man? Because, it's only a 3-point lead, but Connorsville's shown they're able to penetrate that zone fairly easily.
Right.
And as a Batesville coach, you're probably thinking, I'm not real comfortable with that.
Right. Well, not only that, it's also, too, you got to figure out how to keep the confidence, because even though they're down 3, Batesville's got to be feeling good into that locker room, being down 3, especially on that 4-0 run.
Right. When you're looking at a season that by records, and like you said, battling injuries, battling COVID, their confidence is low. These guys are looking at the number 10 ranked 3A team in the state, number 42 ranked overall team in the state, and they're going, we're down by 3 with these guys at halftime.
Right.
You got to think that makes them feel good.
Oh, absolutely. And we also got to remember, too, and we've talked about this all season long, the EIAC minus East Central is their own sectional.
Absolutely,
and
it is.
We are going to see these teams again. And you have to understand that we may not see the same team we're playing now come sectional time, and we may not be the same team.
Sure.
You know, you definitely have to remember that.
We're getting snuck up on here.
Yeah, we may not be the same team come sectional time. So, you know, right now it's a statement game. I think every conference game is a statement game, especially every away game. Well, every conference game, whether it's away or home. Because
they all count.
Yeah, they all count, especially at home, because we're going to be seeing them on our floor again.
Absolutely.
At least possibly 3 of them.
Absolutely. And, you know, you hear this a lot, the six man in every sport, football, basketball. It's true.
Yeah.
When you have to go into somebody's gym and play them, and Ron, we talked about this at the start of the broadcast, we've got a 6-man with us here in Batesville.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there is just something majestic about coming to the Spartan Bowl and beating the Connorsville Spartans on that floor.
Right.
It's a hard thing to do.
It's a very hard thing to do. And, you know, we mentioned it earlier. I mean, across from the camera angle, right across from us, that's all CHS. I mean, you see that one Batesville fan talking to a Connorsville Spartan fan.
She's got to be family. I mean,
she's got to be family. Yeah. They're up there. But then, you know, right in front of us where we're at, I'd say probably this is the middle section, again, 85%. So you talk about that 6-man, it does travel.
Right, and we talking about the Billups and moving on and some basketball family legacy.
Yeah.
Right in front of us, we got Stan Howard, you know.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Matt, one of the, you know, maybe the best player that Connorsville's ever seen, you know.
Absolutely.
Certainly a key contributor, went on to play at Butler and take them to the championship twice.
Yeah, 2 years in a row.
And he's sitting here right in front of us, still supporting his Connorsville Spartans.
Yeah. Well, you know, he's got to support his grandbabies, the Williams twins. So
absolutely.
The next generation. But, you know, we've seen Stan before his grandson started playing. We saw him with his, all of his grandkids play.
And I'm betting we see him when there's no grandsons here either.
Yeah, we've seen him too. I mean, he loves the Connorsville Spartans. Connorsville Spartans up 18-15. This is the halftime show. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Don's Auto Sales and Tires, 126 West 2nd Street, gives you the very best deals in tires. Don's has all major brands available, in stock and in all price ranges. You can rely on Don's Auto Sales and Tires, in business for over 40 years. And Don's Auto Sales has a large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles in prices ranging from $1,000 to $30,000. Need new tires or a quality vehicle? Available from Don's Auto Sales and Tires, 126 West 2nd Street, Connorsville. The phone number is 825-7730. Wilson Lawson Myers Insurance Agency is dedicated to protecting you and your family at a price you can afford. Wilson Lawson Myers are licensed insurance professionals striving to be your agency of choice. Wilson Lawson Myers is an independent agency representing numerous companies for all your needs. Finding the right insurance begins with finding the right agency. That is Wilson Lawson Myers Insurance Agency at 521 Central Avenue in Connorsville. Phone 825-5111.
Back here at Batesville High School, Connorsville Spartans up 3, 18-15 as we wrap up the halftime show. And I'm trying to get word on that Bengals ball game. I think the Bengals have advanced. Yes, they have won their playoff game against Tennessee 19-16. Interception late in the ball game sealed the deal for the Cincinnati Bengals, who are winning playoff games for the first time in 30 years.
And you know what? Maybe you should send a text, and it would be the first person that sent the text for the second round playoff win in history of texting.
Right? Yes, that's right.
Kind of a unique fact, isn't it?
I always call it the curse of Bo Jackson. Last time they won a playoff game, they beat up on Bo Jackson. As this ball game is second half underway with Pride way out there. Batesville has the basketball. That's as I just go down to try to figure out who they are. They pass it away, but Batesville, again, looks like they're, the Connersville Spartan defense picking up where it left off.
On a double dribble call.
Yes.
But, I like seeing Pride, their big guy up top. If he's up top like that, I'm a lot less worried about him up at the top of the key than I am under the basket.
Absolutely. It gives us the height advantage inside when that happens. Josh Williams with the basketball over to Caleb Sparks. Again, that zone defense is still administered by Batesville. Toby Billups has the basketball on the left side. He thought about getting inside over to Caleb Sparks, who shoots a three. Caleb off the back of the rim. Caleb was knocked down. That's Kaiser with the basketball. He's over to Pearson, and it is tipped away. Pearson gets it back. That's Warner with the basketball, trying to calm the troops. Look over the Connersville defense, setting the offense. He goes to the left side. Again, you talked about it earlier. Pride, and now Gage is pulled way out as Kaiser goes to the basketball. He gets the foul on, and boy, Barron, that's his third. He had his hands up the whole time trying to show the guy in stripes that, hey, I had my hands up the entire time.
I think Lucas is learning a lot this year about post play and being underneath. When you're down there, and it's hard to see even from up here, but those hands can go up, but all it takes is a little drop of one in contact, and that's going to get you a whistle underneath when you play varsity basketball in Indiana.
And you got to stay stiff, too. If you kind of bend a little bit,
Yeah, and you don't notice it when you're doing it. I'll give them that. It's hard to notice. You think you're straight up, but that competitive nature is just a fire inside of you.
Absolutely. As Kaiser hits both his free throws, Connersville up 18-17. Toby Billups inside with the basketball. Out to Caleb Sparks, who thought about taking a three. Inside to Braxton Myers, who goes up, and he gets the one. That was a beautiful play from Braxton Myers. One thing I admire about that play, no hesitation.
None. He went up strong with it. And I've watching some film back over the last couple of days. I've noticed there's been a little bit of hesitation every now and then with Braxton, and that's caused him to miss some easy shots. But
he missed that one.
He knew what he was doing right off the bat from there.
Yeah, he missed that one, and luckily it came down into the arms of Josh Williams as the Connersville Spartans regroup, up 20-17 inside Braxton Myers. And no, it's tipped away, and
that's got to be there. We go.
Yeah, I thought they were held ball there for a second. That's going to be on Cody Moore. That's only their second foul of the ball game. I mean, that's
nothing to see here, folks.
No, apparently the discrepancy of fouls. The Connersville Spartans had 6 to 1. Batesville has 1 foul. No, they have 2 fouls. No, yeah, they do have 2 fouls this quarter. I thought they only had 1, but
no, with the one on Braxton.
That's right, the one on Braxton.
Just had one.
Yeah, and then that one right there. So 2 quick ones. Carey's talking to somebody about something. Toby Billups going to be triggering it in for the Connersville Spartans. And he goes inside to Gage, who goes up, and he's rejected by Pride, but Caleb Sparks hustles back to get it.
There's that 6'7" length we talked about.
Josh Williams with a three, and that comes down to Moore. Warner with the basketball, over to Johnson. With Warner with the basketball, or Moore with the basketball right now. Over to Johnson. Looks like Batesville, a little, like I said, a little disheveled a little bit as they reset their offense. Over to Pride, who's way outside. Back over to Warner. Williams all over Warner. That's Pearson. Toby all over him.
Great defense. And you can look at the face of our guys. They're determined right now. They're playing some great defense.
They are. This is what we love to see, is a good defense from the Connersville Spartans. Moore with the basketball to his, going over to his right. That's Pearson with the ball. Josh Williams inside, and they're going to be calling Gage on that. That's away from the ball foul. Gage may lead the state in away from the ball fouls.
And it goes back to the desperate in calls, 7-2 now, and we're going to call that foul.
Right, exactly. Gage and Prideman, and
Great
that's
steal.
a nice defensive steal from Toby Billups. He's going all the way.
Ooh,
he got the
ooh.
foul. He goes down hard. He's going to come back up. You know he is. He may be hurting, but he's not going to let it show as Toby Billups is going to the line for 2 on a foul there from.
I wasn't sure where Tim and Becky were sitting, but as soon as he went down, I
You
seen
saw it.
Becky shoot right
yeah,
up.
Yeah, well, she's been real vocal this year. She's getting all fired up. I like to see that competitive spirit from her as Toby Billups is at the line shooting 2. His first one is in and out. You know, we talked about those free throws there in the halftime show, and, you know, without question, very, very important.
It's a 9-point game now if we had hit our free throws.
That's right. Toby Billups with his second shot, and that goes in and out, but nice rebound there. Beautiful
great
putback by
pass.
Josh Williams. Nice that was an aggressive rebound from Braxton Myers right there, going high over everybody, and Josh happened to be right there to get it. Pearson with the basketball goes up to Moore, and Moore puts it in. Connors will lead back up to 3. That's 3 points there for Moore. Josh Williams with the basketball. Braxton Myers was wide open.
He was screaming for it.
He was wanting it.
Still wanting it.
Yeah.
But with Toby and Josh, you've got 2 excellent passers, and if he keeps himself in a position for the ball, we know he's going to get it.
Toby Billups with the basketball. Luke Sollenbarger goes off Kaiser's foot.
Real quick, Ron, I want to give a shout-out. My wife and girls are listening to us right now,
good,
and they're texting me. And
they're saying, give us a shout-out, Dad.
right, give us a shout-out. We want to hear us on TV. So, hi, babies. I'll be home soon.
Connorsville Spartan Wes Smith watching the ball game tonight. He texted me before the game and said, hey, Ronnie, I'm watching. Wes Smith loved when he played here for the Spartans. Josh Williams over to Caleb Sparks. Caleb inside to Toby Billups, over to Luke Sollenbarger, who shoots a 3, and Sollenbarger gets it off the rim, and that may be on Braxton right there. Braxton knew it. Yeah, Braxton not happy with that call. That's Connorsville's 3rd foul. As Batesville is triggering it in. Johnson to Kaiser.
It's a very long 4 seconds right
Yeah,
there,
I was
wasn't
gonna
it?
say, yeah. Is it 4 seconds out of bounds?
It's
Josh
5.
Williams steals it. And I think they're calling double dribble on that. No, timeout. They called a timeout. Yeah, the faithful not happy at that at all. They thought there was no possession to be called a timeout. We'll take a timeout. We'll take a 30-second timeout. 3:53 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Connorsville up 22-19.
The place to eat in Connorsville is Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, 303 West 30th Street. Dine inside or carry out at home or where you work. Delivery from Mancino's is always free. The number to call, 825-6155. Choose from a large menu, and there is a special youngsters menu. Choose the house specialty, the Great Spartan Classic. Enjoy the sports atmosphere by viewing all the Spartan sports memorabilia. Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, 303 West 30th Street. Phone number 825-6155. A proud Spartan booster.
3:53 to go here in this 3rd quarter. 22-19. Didn't look like it was a possession for a timeout to be called on that.
No, there wasn't. And we were talking a little bit about the officiating points of emphasis this year. They wanted officials, they were very clear with us, make sure on these contested possessions that a team has clear possession to call the timeout. And they had definitely lost possession of that ball. That was a horrible break for Connorsville.
Yeah, it did not look at all as
another shove there.
Yeah, I was going to say Sollenbarger was shoved and Johnson got away with it, and Caleb steals it, and it's going over to Braxton Myers, who puts it up and in. Connorsville extends their lead now to 24-19 as Braxton Myers has 4 points, and the faithful coming alive here in Batesville. As Johnson with the basketball. That's Moore with the ball. He goes to Warner. Warner to Kaiser to Johnson. Caleb all over him. Josh with him. They're going to get Josh on a call with that. That might be what Josh calls a pity-pat call. That's his 2nd foul. It looks like on the scoreboard. Batesville going to trigger it in. Luke Sollenbarger, that's a shot there from Moore.
Oh,
boy,
that's a clear
yeah.
block.
I was going to say they need to call that over the back there from Dejan Hughes, clearly over the back on that.
It was a late whistle. I wasn't
Yeah,
sure we were going to
yeah,
get that one.
Yeah.
And the Connorsville faithful would not have liked
yeah.
that.
Yeah, this would have been not a happy crowd here, which, again, Connorsville definitely outnumbers the home team with Caleb Sparks with the basketball, Josh Williams, Luke Sollenbarger with the basketball. Again, they've really a nice shot there. A little weak, but Josh gets his own rebound. He puts it off the glass. He misses it. Pride comes down. No, that was Hughes with the basketball. Stolen there from, and Luke Sollenbarger goes up, and he's rejected. Caleb Sparks puts it back in. I tell you what, that's where you don't give up.
No, and I think coming out of the break when we lost that questionable possession timeout, Connorsville came out a little fired up, and I think
they were not happy.
No.
Now Warner goes in, and he gets the and one. He goes up, not sure who they're going to call that on.
Caleb Sparks.
Yeah, they're going to call that on Caleb Sparks. That's Warner's first 2 points of this ball game. They've contained him very well as the Spartans making some changes. Gage Brown back in, James Williams in, and Carter Bodwell in for the Connorsville Spartans. 26-21, Warner could bring the lead to 4 for the Connorsville Spartans. He'd cut the lead to 4, and he does. They're not going away at all. It seems like when Connorsville gets control, Batesville shows that they're still alive. Up for the Connorsville Spartans, as Toby Billups brings it over the timeline.
And they're sticking with the zone here.
Yeah, they're sticking with the zone, and we've done very well with it. And we got people walking behind us. Toby Billups with a 10-foot shot.
That was her phone. It was none of our equipment.
Yeah, they're going to knock our equipment off the air if they keep walking behind us.
But my cop training kicks in.
Yeah. Here, Warner with the basketball way outside. Right there is Kaiser with the ball. Carter all over him. Kaiser driving against him. He's going inside, and they're going to get Carter on that call. And Carter looking like, hey, I had my hands up. But his hand did come down to get the call. But again, Kaiser is 6'3", Carter's 5'7", and we talked about it.
Absolutely. And that hand dropped down, and, again, it's hard to realize it when you're in the moment, but we've seen it from here. He clearly got him, but you got to do something to level the playing field, right?
That's right. Kaiser missed his first one hard off the back of the rim, shoots his second one. That is off the side of the rim. Battle for the rebound. That goes to Toby Billups. And Toby's bringing it up fast with Josh Williams. Josh slows down a little bit for the Spartans. Dishes it to his brother James. Back to Josh.
Interesting to note, James had to change jerseys because of the blood, so he's now number 40.
He's now number 40. Caleb goes inside behind his head with an easy 2 right there. Spartans with their biggest lead of the night so far, 30-22. 1:15 to go here in this third quarter. And that's a push off. Or they're calling it on James.
Oh, I can't believe that.
Wow, that was...
Cannot believe
very
that.
questionable. His arm extended. That's not what we see. It's what they see. 1:12 to go. Connorsville and the bonus now here in this second half. 30-22. One to the line is Cody Moore. Cody's first shot is up and away, and he sinks it. Yeah, that was very questionable. But again, we've talked about it. It seems like when we get a little bit of a run, Batesville shows that they're still alive, and he shoots the second one a little too hard. Toby Billups comes down with the rebound.
And it's hard, you can play great ball all day, but it's hard to beat calls like that.
Yeah.
And those can really just take the air out of a drive and take air out of momentum. And
it can definitely change the dynamic of this ball game as Toby dishes it inside, and Gage has it. That's
over
his
back.
Yeah, that's going to be on number 12. That's Cody Moore, and the faithful coming alive. That they're happy that they finally got a call.
Yeah, the Stripes are hearing it tonight. That's for
they
sure.
sure are hearing it. I'm sure they're tuning them out. A little too high of a pass, but Josh Williams going after it, and he ditched it, and that's going to be Connorsville basketball. Fantastic effort there from James Williams. You got to like to see that.
We talked about that. When James is in, he's 100 miles an hour. He gives
sure
you everything
is.
he's got.
He sure is 100 miles an hour. He hustled after that, and he was bound and determined to get that ball back for the Spartans, and he did.
I want to clarify, too. When I said he was over the back, for those officiating friends of mine, I'm aware there's an over-the-back call. It was clearly a hold over his back, though.
Right, well, yeah. I'm still old school where we call it over the back.
Sure.
Yeah.
I've got 2 text messages already. There's no foul like that.
Yeah, well, that's what we called it back in the day. Gage Brown to Lucas Barron, who drives inside, and he is held. Number 23 for Cajun Hughes is getting called for that one. Another foul. That's his second foul, third foul. And it's almost even. They got 6 fouls, 27 seconds to go here. The third quarter, Carter Bodwell with the ball over to Lucas Barron. Connersville going to be content with the last shot. You know, you talked about that zone. They still got that zone going on, but we've been able to get inside a whole lot since that first quarter. Coming up on 10 seconds to go. Gage Brown way outside. Carter Bodwell with the ball. Carter going against one of their big guys.
Great
Lucas Barron a 3. And Lucas high off the Toby puts it, almost puts it back to Gage Brown. He gets it. Gage Brown gets it.
That's excellent effort there to not give up on that.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they they finally put the score on there. Connersville leads 32-23 after 3. We'll be back in 1 minute.
It's events like this game that make our community such a great place in which to live, work, and play. All of us at FCN Bank applaud the CHS Spartans for their hard work and dedication. Thank you for reminding us once again why we all choose to call this place home. FCN, building stronger communities, one great local event at a time. Go CHS Spartans. Good luck. FCN Bank, member FDIC. Service the old-fashioned way. The dependable service you need for your car or truck is always available at Goff's Auto Care and Tire Center in Connersville and Brookville. Experienced mechanics are ready to correct a problem using the best replacement products that will have your vehicle running like new again. Shane Goff is waiting to serve you at 600 Western Avenue in Connersville, phone 825-2588, and Charlie Goff in Brookville at 9197 State Road 101. 647-2222 is the phone number. Goff Auto Care and Tire Center.
Back here at Batesville High School, what a great putback there from Gage Brown, 32-23. Got to give a shout out to Beth Heisel. She told me the Bengals won on a 52-yard field goal.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Well, we watched a little bit of it there, as much as we could, and it was a tight game. It seemed like both teams were struggling to move the ball, but I'm happy. I'm a Colts fan through and through, but I love an underdog story, and I've got a lot of friends who are diehard Bengals fans, so I'm happy that they're advancing and having a good run here in the playoffs. As bad as it pains me to say it.
Right, no, I know. I like this story of the Bengals. Beth Heisel, a good friend of mine, known her for years when I worked at the radio station. She worked at the News Examiner. Of course, her dad, the legend, Bob Powers.
Sure.
Husband, Jimmy Heisel, love that guy, too.
He loves the Patriots, though.
Yeah, so that's right. Yeah, we got to give him a hard time for that.
Yeah.
Connersville on the attack. Toby Billups shoots a 15-footer. He scores right there. Connersville now up 11, 34-23.
Don't want to talk too much about him because he might physically run down here.
He could. He could do it. He'll be here in about 5 minutes, too. Yeah, that's Kaiser with the basketball. They're going to call that on James. Yeah, that is James. What, is that his third?
I think so, and I think they've all come here in the second half.
Yeah. Yeah, Kaiser at the line looking to cut the lead to single digits. That's his second foul tonight. Josh Williams returns, so does Caleb Sparks. Carter Bodwell and James Williams goes out. James Williams has played excellent basketball tonight. Kaiser misses that first one. High to get the rebound is Caleb Sparks. Boy, he's got some springs in his legs.
He does.
I think Toby went up there with him.
We were watching Toby before, and Toby was getting up pretty good there.
Yeah, he may have slammed a few. Caleb, I thought Caleb was going. That usually when he takes it right there. Josh Williams with the basketball. Looking over his offense. Caleb Sparks to his left side. Again.
A lot of patience being shown here.
To Kerry Brown sees something he doesn't like. He's taking a timeout. 6:59 to go. Connersville up 34-23. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
George's Pharmacy and Medical Equipment welcomes you to stop by our Connersville location at 330 East 5th Street. George's is proud to offer you friendly hometown services and the convenience of free delivery. Also, our medical equipment staff is there to help with whatever you need. George's Floral and Gifts has that special something for any occasion, birthdays, weddings, bereavement, or to brighten someone's day. George's Pharmacy, we are here for you, 765-825-6251.
Back here at Batesville High School, Connorsville up 11, 34-23. Perry saw something he didn't like and decided to call a timeout, but very impressive after the first quarter for the Spartans, second and third quarter.
Yeah, it's good to see us out here. Got an 11-point lead with 7 minutes to go. I think we've adjusted well through the game. Consistently, we've made adjustments to get us up to an 11-point lead. And like we talked about, the game's 32 minutes, and I think if Connorsville continues to make adjustments and play the level and intensity of ball they've been playing, I think we'll be looking pretty good.
Looking good so far right here, 34-23, 8 fouls for the Spartans. So each foul from here on out for Batesville is going to put them at the line. Batesville, one more foul, and the Spartans go to the line as Josh Williams has the basketball, brings it over the timeline, looking over his offense. Caleb Sparks again. Toby Billups right there, dishes an easy dish inside. That's a dime that you'll take every time, and Gage Brown has 10 points tonight, 36-23. Connorsville Spartans up 13. Well, I tell you what, the Spartans have really put the fire extinguisher on the Batesville Bulldogs. That last little bit of run to show they were alive, they haven't come back since then. The Spartans have good defense. That was beautiful. That's going to be a blocking foul against Toby Billups as Pearson is going to the line for 2. Toby usually gets the call on those, but
yeah, I think he got there just a half second late, and he was right under the cylinder.
That's right. Yeah, and that's questionable. I mean,
it is
because they don't have the little. Do they still have the little spot in the NBA?
In the NBA, I think they do. Yeah. High school, it doesn't matter, but that's really a discretion call for officials to make, and we've seen how discretion has went for us tonight.
Right,
so.
yeah, absolutely. As Pearson rims in and out that first one, free throws, big difference in this ball game. He makes his second one. Josh Williams brings the basketball up. Connorsville Spartans up 12, 36-24, fourth quarter action. Caleb Sparks over to Toby Billups, who drives to his right side, looking for Josh Williams on the other side of, I don't know how you saw him. Barron goes inside against the big man. Gage chips it up and in, and Braxton, or Barron goes with it. I thought he was fouled, no call, and there's going to be a call against Lucas Barron.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Yeah, Lucas is not liking that at all. He's like, where was the call on me? Yeah, he wasn't happy at all. I think that's his third.
That's horrible.
Yeah, Barron's still wondering what's happening with that, but that's going to put Pearson at the line. Yeah, you see a lot of contact inside. Gage could have had one on him, but it doesn't matter what we saw. It's what they saw, and Pearson puts his first one through.
I mean, that last attempt that Lucas took, the Batesville player clearly had a hand on his right wrist, pulling him down. It's a tough break.
Yeah. And he puts the second one through. And Batesville is up 10. That's 6 for Pearson. And it looks like the press is going to be on for Batesville, down 10.
You got to be careful because Connorsville's not a team that falters under the press a lot. They have a very good press break.
Well, you say that, and
they broke it well. They didn't finish it well.
Hughes with the rejection there on Myers, and a little bit of life is coming into the sail, a little bit of wind in the sails of Batesville, and that's a quick turnaround jumper from Hughes. And now it's an 8-point ball game. It was a 13-point lead at one point for the Spartans. Batesville Bulldogs showing that they're not out of it when I thought that they were. They're on a little bit of a run that woke them up. They're down 8.
And here we're going to sit. We're going to take some wind out of that sail is what we're going to do.
Start eating some clock right now. Force them to foul to put them at the line. The Spartans are Batesville's in the bonus. And Gage is going up and in, and he got the foul. And he's going for 3. That's his 12th point of this ball game. He's gotten a lot off those glass tonight.
And he's not only that, he's been the great beneficiary of a lot of great passes from Josh and the general Toby Billups.
Yeah, and also from James. And he sinks it, makes his 3-point play. 11-point lead for the Spartans, 39-28. 4:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. Warner brings it up over to Kaiser. Kaiser with the basketball. Toby on him. Warner with the 3-point shot, and he rims it.
You know, what they say one of the worst things that can happen to a team that's on a run is a 3-point play. Giving up the foul and the the extra try attempt, that can really take the
wind out of the sails.
Yeah,
oh, definitely, without question. We've seen it happen many times.
Another great pass.
Braxton going inside, and he draws the foul on Kaiser. That's going to put Braxton at the line for 2 to extend this 11-point lead. You know, Batesville wants to stay in this ball game. They're definitely going to have to come alive more than what they've ever done in this ball game previously, as Braxton gets the roll. Braxton has 7 points tonight. He has a couple from the line, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, and he splits up his second one a little hard. Pearson comes down with the basketball to Warner. Batesville down 12, 40-28. Hughes with Kaiser with the basketball. He goes up for about a 12-foot. Josh Williams dishes it to Caleb Sparks, who's going. And Braxton Myers with another.
We'll take 2 more tries, right?
Yeah, he's going to the line for 2 more tries. You know, that transition game for the Spartans has been so good this year.
It really has, and we talked about it in the first half. Batesville does not want to run the floor with us.
No, they don't.
They really don't.
No, they don't. And that's what some teams need to remember, that we can play fast, as Braxton misses that first free throw. 4:02 to go. Luke Sollenbarger coming in.
You know, one of the things, and we were talking about, Luke's wanting to get some dunks and Gage wanted to get some dunks. That's where we get them a lot, is transition offense.
Yeah.
You know, our big guys can get up and down the floor with the best of them.
Yep. Braxton Myers misses his second free throw. Still a 12-point lead for the Spartans, under 4 minutes to go. Kaiser with the basketball, back over to Warner, to Pride. James, that's a nice pass inside.
That was a good cut.
Yeah, Kaiser with an easy bucket right there. The lead is now 10. That's his 8th point of the night tonight. Caleb Sparks, we only got 10 seconds to get it off the line. Josh Williams with the basketball. Connorsville looks at Batesville putting a line for 1.
You know, I don't like.
2. He'll have 2.
It's double bonus now.
Yeah, I thought it was only 9, but no, he's going to line shooting 2.
You know, I don't like how the Batesville player, that was a hard hit. He knocked him down pretty good. And to walk over him and stare, and I don't get into that. I think sportsmanship needs to be present, especially in high school athletics.
At all times. At all times, I agree. Josh misses that one, hit all the rim, but didn't hit the net. And Josh shoots his second one, and that goes in, 41-30. Gary Brown taking a timeout. We'll take our last timeout. We'll take a 30-second timeout. 3:07 to go. Connorsville up 11, 41-30. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Are you thinking about buying or selling your home? Stay local and call Trish Smith at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. She will walk you through the process to make an easy transition and lead you to your dream home. Please contact Trish at 265-2663 to begin your journey today.
Back here at Batesville High School, 41-30. Connorsville Spartans up 11. A little confusion on whether it was going to be a full timeout or a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, they initially called a full timeout, and now the official's telling them to hit the buzzer and only doing 30.
Yeah, Carey's like, 30 seconds, but then he had to go tell him, which took about 10 seconds. So, anytime you don't see the kid set down, that's a 30-second timeout, and the Spartans up 41-30. The way this game's going, with the way Batesville is never going to be given up. Not going to be happy until there's triple zeros on the scoreboard.
No, and both teams are in the double bonus now, so any contact's going to be, free throw attempts.
Yeah, I'm going to put them at the line.
But Connorsville's tried in this, and they're tested in this. They can be patient. They can eat some clock, and they don't give up on defense. They're not going to give you easy points. So you're going to have to work to get an 11-point deficit made up.
Moore with the dribble inside in the basket. That's his 6-point. Batesville pressing. Caleb Sparks with I was going to combine him with Toby's name. Toby Billups with the basketball. Connorsville, up 9. Over to Caleb Sparks. He shoots a 3. I thought that was going long. That's a good shot there from Caleb Sparks. And he extends the lead now to 12 for the Connorsville Spartans. That's his 8th point tonight. Caleb Sparks has a couple of 3. I thought that one was going a little long. Kaiser with the basketball over to Warner. Warner over to Pearson. Pearson, Luke Sollenbarger on him. I thought he walked. Gage Brown with the basketball. Tips over to Josh Williams. Toby Billups dribbling it away, trying to eat some clock. I thought Batesville was going to pressure a little bit more. Over to Luke Sollenbarger. And Luke gets it intercepted by Warner. Warner going inside. He's going to go all the way, and that's going to be a whistle, which I thought there was a whistle called before there was contact. And that's going to be on Toby Billups.
No, they called that on Sollenbarger.
Did they call it on Sollenbarger?
Yeah, I think Toby was trying to take the charge, and they're saying Luke got him on the way up.
Well, was that what it was before? From our angle, it looked like Luke didn't touch him.
It's looked that way a lot tonight.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're the only two that feel that way.
But this angle kind of gets us a different perspective. Again, got to give respect to the guy in stripes. You're a guy in stripes, too.
I know it.
You know how it is. They see things that we don't, as Warner puts 2 up for Batesville. The lead's back down to 10 for the Connorsville Spartans. Josh Williams brings the basketball. Batesville pressing. Carter Bobwell with the basketball. Over to Toby Billups to Caleb Sparks. And the foul's going to be on, looks like it's going to be on Moore. Toby Billups going to the line. Yeah, it is going to be on Moore. That's his 4th. Toby Billups going to be shooting 2 right here. As you see, Caleb Sparks, Josh Williams, and Carter Bodwell getting instructions from Carey. Nice shot there from Toby Billups. That's his 5th point tonight. He's got a lot of assists tonight as well. He may have more assists than points, which that's not unusual at all. Spartans up 11. Toby Billups looking to put him up 12. He shoots his free throw, and he does. Connorsville 46, Batesville 34, 1:43 to go here in this ball game.
No, I think if he had his rather, he would lead with assists more than points. He loves passing that ball.
He does. He loves to make everybody look good and scramble on the floor, and it comes up with Caleb Sparks. Toby Billups with the basketball over to Caleb Sparks to Josh Williams. Josh inside to Gage Brown, and he hesitated a little bit. That's what cost him. They got to go up on that. Gage Brown. Pearson with the basketball over to Kaiser, who and Carter hit his head, and they're going to call Carter on that. Carter hit his head. He's going to be coming out. Yeah. Carter is getting lifted up. Don't know if he's going to stay in or not, but Carter did hit his head go down for a little bit. He's tough.
Connorsville, we talk about either leads the state or is one of the leading teams in the state for taking charges. We've not got one tonight.
Not got one tonight at all. Yeah, and I thought Carter was a statue on that. He's not happy, but I'm concerned about him hitting his head. He did hit his head pretty good. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're talking about. Carey was over there listening for something. Kaiser.
I'm not sure. There's been a little bit of confusion.
Yeah, there's been a few of those tonight. Kaiser, I thought was going to go in for him, but it went off the side of the rim. Again, Lucas Barron coming in. Gage Brown coming out. Gage Brown, very good game tonight. How many points did he end up with?
He had 13 points.
13 points tonight. He was a recipient, as you said, of a lot of good passes, and Kaiser gets his second one to go, 46-35. Connorsville with the lead. Toby Billups breaks the press. He brings it out to Carter Baldwell. Carter over to Lucas Barron, and Lucas is fouled. He's going to the line for two. This last minute may take 2 years.
It might. It just might. Batesville's not going to give up.
No.
You know, they're at 11-point deficit right now.
Yep.
Hopefully going 13 after these free throws here by Lucas.
Yeah. Lucas Barron puts his first one up, and it goes off the back of the rim. Free throws has not hurt the Spartans tonight, but that's one of those things, as we talked about, got to really improve on the free throws. There are games where it comes down to.
It is, and you always want to shoot free throws better.
I thought he missed that one.
I've talked to 90% free throw shooters that they want to shoot better. There's just so much focus. Everybody in the gym's looking at you. You hate missing free throws.
Yep, and that is going to be another blocking foul from Carter Baldwell, who, that you talk about, without question, we get charges called a lot, and we haven't had any tonight. Carter Baldwell has picked up his third foul tonight.
Oh, and they're giving him the basket on it, too.
Oh, they're giving him the basket.
Gee,
wow, so he's going for a three-point play. Pride is. Yeah, when you have to explain yourself a lot, and that is in and out. Connorsville up 10, 40, coming up on 45 seconds to go. Josh Williams over to Carter Bodwell. Carter breaks the press to Toby Billups. Yeah, there's a foul. Toby Billups going to the line, trying to extend the lead to 12. That'd be a 4-possession ball game, as the Spartans aren't going to put anybody. They're taking everybody away from the free throw. And Toby Billups misses that one. Toby Billups about 50% tonight. And you talk about as Caleb Sparks come out, he played an excellent defensive game. He had 8 points tonight. Toby Billups shoots his second one. He gets that one. Connorsville up 11, 48-37. Batesville on the attack. They're playing as if they're down one, and I like that. And that's kicked from Josh Williams.
That's not a bad play. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, Josh Williams, I tell you, he's had a lot of those this year. He knows how to disrupt. Pearson triggering it in for Batesville, going to Pride. That goes off the glass, and Toby Billups with the basketball. Less than 30 seconds to go. Connorsville up 11.
Looks like Batesville's just going to let them run it out.
Let them run it out. Connorsville up 11. Nice victory for the Connorsville Spartans. They come into Batesville and outnumber the home team.
Great conference road win here.
Yes, great conference road win for the Connorsville Spartans. Liked what I saw. Maybe didn't get the calls the way that they wanted, but they still played tough. They still played Connorsville basketball. And this ball game is history with a 48-37 victory. Connorsville is victorious tonight. They run their record to 12-4. Batesville is now 4-10. Connorsville 4-0. That's all important. 4-0 in the EIAC to stay at that top spot.
Yes, it is. And like you said, these are all going to be more than likely sectional teams we see. Great experience to come down here, see what they've got to offer. And again, I think Coach Brown made a lot of crucial adjustments in the game, and it got us out on top here.
Absolutely. You got scoring tonight.
I do. Well, let's start with Batesville. Leading the way for Batesville tonight was Cade Kaiser with 8 points. Cole Warner, who we talked about before the game, averaged 9. We held him at 5 points tonight. Cody Moore had 6 points. Eli Pearson with 6 points. Cole Pride with 8 points. And Kaysen Hughes had 2 points. Rounding out the Bulldogs for 37 points. For our Spartans, Toby Billups had 7. Josh Williams ended with 5. Caleb Sparks with 8. Braxton Myers with 7. Lucas Barron had 4 points. James Williams had 2. Gage Brown had 13 big points under the basket for the Connorsville Spartans tonight, leaving us with 48 points.
Yeah, you talk about some big baskets. You talk about some nice passes from our guards that really, after that first quarter, we found our way into the lane.
Really did. You know, Batesville, first quarter, give them credit. They did a good job sealing us off and not letting us penetrate and really get into any sort of an offensive rhythm. But the second quarter, our guards just came out, and it seemed like they were just penetrating at will.
Yeah, and that freed up, our big guys. We had a couple threes that always helps with that big victory for the Connorsville Spartans over their EIAC foe Batesville Bulldogs. For Clint Brown, for Justin Roberts, who is the cameraman, and for John Palsy back at the studio. We'll catch you next week at the Bowl as the Connorsville Spartans return to action at the Spartan Bowl next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. So long.